bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see from up here.
Welcome to Historic Cove Fort. Free tours and parking, and they are open 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and there is no overnight parking here. Boy, that's a nice big barn.
All right, so we just came off the mountain, which was about 7 miles east of Cove Fort, and that's where we're at right now. They have, you can get tours from the people around here. I'd rather just walk by myself and kind of me and Terry just check it out. Now this is an old pole barn. Kind of dig these things. They made them to last. But I really don't know how old this one is because the wood looks fairly new. But it sure is nice.
That's a buggy back there.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't have to ride on one of those.
That looks like a skinned carcass of something.
Yeah.
Skin of something. You know how to build them.
Right?
Try to keep the Indians out.
Right?
Seems like they could have made ladders. It says that big sign up there.
Oh, Cove Creek. Ranch Fort. What does it say? Oh, erected 1867. So the stagecoach would come up here and then they would take their horses and go take care of them, and then they'd come in here and do their business. Send out their mail or whatever all they needed to do. Very cool. Wow, this is really neat.
1867.
Yeah.
Time stuff. How they sent messages was a telegraph, you know, they could only go 30 miles. And so
The telegraph would only go 30 miles?
it had to be relayed every 30 miles.
Oh, wow.
You could hear it go off here. You guys been in here? No. We're gonna have a look. Telegraph going off. It says hello from Cove Fort.
They all had their fireplaces.
Happy to have you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You move on down, the other sister will help you.
Okay.
What does it say?
So cool.
Kitchen and dining room, would you like to go look at that? Okay.
You want to check out the
Kitchen and
dining room?
dining room here. They would serve about 30 to 45 people in here every day.
30,
You can imagine.
wow.
Sometimes even more than that. When Brigham Young would come with a large group of people, they'd serve as many as 75 in here. But
Wow, look at that.
one reason they never had any battles fought here at the fort is because they made friends with the Indians, and they actually brought them in here to dine with the family.
Right on.
That's the way to do
That's
that.
neat. Yeah.
The young boys and girls would work very, very hard in here. Churning butter, baking bread, making candles, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's the smell of the candles in here then,
There you
huh?
go.
Ah,
Wow.
smells, I like that. It smells nice.
This next room over here is the washing and weaving room. And when you go in there, go ahead and go in there, you'll see on your left, you'll see a large loom, called a barn loom. It's from the 1830s. And then you'll also see the little white bars of lye soap that they would make, and they use those to do their laundry or to take baths in a tub similar to that big tub that you see there.
Oh, wow.
I like how thick the walls are.
They are.
Yeah.
The walls are very, very thick, and
That's why
lots
it's
of good insulation.
nice and, yeah, I was gonna say, nice and cool in here. You guys get a lot of snow here in the summer, wintertime?
Yes. And we live kind of like in the snow globe here. We'll have a foot and a half of snow here. You go to Beaver or Filmora, nothing.
That's incredible.
Very cool.
Well, you are up the pass, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Great, just up on top of that mountain up there for the night and everything. Beautiful.
Yeah.
No wild animals got it, so that was a good thing.
So where are you, you're camping up there?
We were, now we're heading towards Salt Lake.
Okay.
On our way to Washington State.
Well, very good. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
The roof on that building, it's all sod. That's very cool. I've seen those before. Fixing the wheels.
This is the tire shop.
Yes, it is. Hello.
Are you a blacksmith?
I was back in the old days. No. No, sir. No, sir.
Did you have a good shop like this?
No, sir. I have built many a shops and I don't own one. No, many a barns like that.
Have you?
Yep.
Those are phenomenal.
Oh, look at
Anybody build a barn like that is an artist. You see, they have pretty nice bellows.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
That's actually the original bellows. And the reason it's original is the blacksmith shop fell down, and the blacksmith in Beaver stole the bellows. They used it for a number of years, but when they restored the fort, he says, that belongs back at the fort, and he brought it back.
Oh,
What a
good.
good man.
Yeah, well, he saved it, really.
Yeah, he just said he was borrowing it anyway.
Yeah, he was just and
hanging
you know,
on to it for you.
What the heck?
Yeah.
There's a pretty nice, you stick your head in, look to the left, you can see a drill press.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
That is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, they worked hard back in them days to
Oh, they did.
build those things.
And those hobbles in there on the workbench, you see they're right to the left here?
Right?
Those are called Mormon puzzle hobbles. And the Indians kept cutting the rope hobbles, and so they built them out of metal. But to take them apart, you had to know how to solve the puzzle.
Oh.
And the Indians didn't,
Oh.
so that way the horses didn't get stolen.
Wow.
So
Oh, is that why they hobbled them so the horses couldn't take off?
yeah,
Okay.
the horses would stick around outside the fort, but the Indians would steal them.
When I lived in Spain, they hobbled the mules a lot just to keep them around.
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah. But they had rope though.
Right?
It'd be funny, those poor things.
Wow.
Yeah, they could hardly move around.
Yeah.
That's
I think
really
didn't they
neat.
just hobble the front of them?
Yeah, sometimes they did both, sometimes the front.
Yeah, just the front. Yeah, I remember that.
It depends on the horse. Some are really good.
And they can move out with
They
being.
can move out.
They just had the front ones.
Oh,
on.
really?
I remember, boy, they would just be like a dog, kind of, you know.
That's
would run
crazy.
Like that.
Somebody told me it was cruel, but the horses figured it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah. What was cool would be if they got
Oh,
stolen.
I
and
got a
used
big
to
old
eat 'em.
pile
Yeah,
down
that
there.
would be cool.
That's
And
for
you know-
cattle, right?
You know what this is?
Either they shoot them or they lifted them for branding them or something, right?
That's how they lifted the oxen.
Oh.
Oxen can't stand on 3 legs to be shoed. So you have to lift them
Lift
off
them
the
all the
ground.
way, huh?
Wow.
You see the 2-part oxen shoe there.
Yeah.
So that's what an oxen, it has 2 parts. Oh, because that's right. They're not like a horse.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
a cloven hoof.
Yeah. So why would they want to shoe them? Just because of the crappy ground they were walking on?
Yeah, the rocks coming across the plains was pretty tough.
Ah. That
Look
makes
at
sense.
that.
But I think it could have been worth the rodeo just to watch them get an oxen in.
Yeah, I think so.
Get the oxen in there, and then they'd crank him up and shoe him from the bottom. I think
That's
a
something.
100-pound oxen could be quite a battle.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Especially when you only had that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Thank you, sir.
So,
And that's the ice house where you're going by.
Okay.
One was frozen. They cut ice with the saws in the house and fill that house with ice.
From this pond?
Well, a bigger
A bigger pond? I don't know if you guys just heard that, but there was maybe a bigger pond. It would freeze. They'd come out here and chop it up
so what are they growing up?
and then bring it into this area here, the ice box.
bought the fort back. They didn't buy the original 800 acres. They just bought the 40 themselves.
Oh, there's the saws.
The Kessler family, who used to own the fort. when the
It's never much in here unless it's full of ice.
Here in the fort, the
Yeah.
800 acres around the Kessler family still own. So they grow alfalfa. Which is fine.
Oh, heck yeah.
This is just really, really neat.
played with those things a bit there. Where's the river they're sucking all the water out? Is it that well?
The ice house. The Hinckleys could keep ice in the ice house through the middle of July. During the winter months, ice cut from the large pond would be placed in the ice house to keep food cold during the summer. The walls of the ice house were hollow and filled with sawdust for insulation. The ice boxes were also covered with sawdust. Hey, Derek. Oh, okay. That's pioneers did not bale their hay. They harvested into wagons with pull sides. The Jackson Fork, with the help of the pull-up horse on the other side, would lift the hay from the wagon and deposit it on top of the haystack or into the barn's hayloft. Oh, interesting. Huh. It's for lifting the hay into the barn. Look at that contraption. Wow. Huh. That's really interesting.
Better than walking it up a ladder.
Yeah, right?
It looks nasty though.
Right.
I would have a bigger chain on that. Those points look really, really tough. But they did a great job. You could pivot the whole thing around. Pick it up here.
I love this fence. I know this fence is probably not the original. It probably wasn't even a fence, probably. I don't know what they would have had, but I love how they've just taken limbs and wrapped it around with the barbed wire. Or not barbed wire, but just wire.
It's probably juniper, right? I mean, that seems to be
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
what's around here a lot of.
It's just a really neat way to do a fence. Just you can still see through, but it kind of obscures it a little bit. Here's another view of the fort over here. Bless you. Oh, now I've seen that contraption in Mexico.
Yeah.
So, in Puerto Vallarta, down at our family's condo along the beach, they drag one of those in the morning and get all the footprints out and make the beach all pretty.
Yep. They pull it behind the ATV.
Yeah. Now this is hide. You see, babe?
Oh.
The hide
Oh.
to keep it together.
Yep.
Wow.
And probably made it all wet and then tied it up, and then when it dried, it got really hard.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
Mud dabbers did a good job.
They sure did.
That's how you level it out. A lot of work.
Yeah.
But I bet it
Beautiful,
stayed
though.
nice and insulated.
Yeah.
You know, from the heat and the cold. I forget the denseness of lumber. The R factor is pretty up there. And I assume the mud probably would be too.
And they got another one of those roofs up there.
This is the bunkhouse for the cowboy.
Oh yeah, I love the roofs.
Go in there. Look
Oh,
around.
thank you.
They did the cooking here. This is where the cowboys would be. They'd be going everywhere, you know. So they were used for training the horses up in the mountains. They were also used for moving the cattle. Sometimes they'd be taken to California to sell them. Sometimes they'd be taken up to Salt Lake.
Oh, wow.
Where they used them for food. You know, it just depends what they needed. They had
Right.
the tithing herd. That's how they paid tithing back then, is donate cattle, sheep, pigs, chickens, whatever.
Oh.
And the cowboys were in charge of basically moving the herds.
they had what was called perpetual immigration herd. And that was a herd that they'd sell part of them so they could use the money for the people that are coming from like Europe and South America and Australia, and they'd pay their fare to get over here. Then when they got here in Utah, they could borrow some of the cows or chickens, whatever they're going to raise. And once they got on their feet, then they just donate what they use back.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's the way to work it out.
So it wasn't, no one paid for anything. A lot of barters.
Yeah.
Like here at the fort, everybody ate whether they had money or not.
Right.
They'd just give them a job or they'd trade for something.
Right.
Pay for their room and board.
Oh, that's neat.
So,
Yeah. This
If
is
we
really
were doing that more today, there'd be a lot less problems,
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't there be?
Yeah.
But they taught them to be independent. That's why that's why they helped them. So they get on their feet. Once they got on their feet, they didn't lose their self-respect
Right.
because they knew they were going to pay it back.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank you for that
You feed them for a day, or
information.
teach them to feed themselves, right?
Yeah, very neat. Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna walk back around.
Okay. So Scotty wants to go back around.
Well, no, I don't think we're going that way.
Oh, okay.
They got you locked in.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically what's happened here is a family bought all this property and the farm, or the fort, years and years ago. They donated, from what I'm understanding, this fort to the church, and the family still owns the 800 acres around here that they grow alfalfa on. That's what's growing all out here, all over this way. I'm not sure where the family is, if that's their house or not, but so the church has been responsible to take care of this and keep it going strong. Looks nice. It's fun.
We're going to go back in and check out the other side, the other rooms that are on the opposite side of where we walked at the beginning. This is neat. This is where you'd go up here and
Get spy out.
keep a lookout. Oh, it's not very big.
Huh?
It's not very big.
Well, they didn't want anybody getting in there.
Let's see.
They could put their guns out there if need
You
be.
look all the way this way. Look all the way that way. Pretty much only oncoming.
Yeah, and then they had ones up top.
Yeah, and then up above here. Actually, you can see it over here. Hello. Oh, the big bedroom.
I call this the Super 8 motel room. This is where stagecoach travelers or businessmen or church officials and people would come to spend the night. Over in the kitchen, you could get a meal for 50 cents each or 3 for $1. For a quarter, you got half of a bed. The men were in one room, of course, and the women were in another room, but you never knew who was going to get the other half of the bed. You just hoped that it wasn't some mountain man that hadn't had a bath for 3 months.
Yeah, no kidding. I spend my money on the food and didn't take the chance of sleeping outside.
Right.
Oh, unless it was winter time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it was nice and warm in there. And every room basically had a fireplace in, didn't it?
Every room had a fireplace.
Yeah. Wow. And so what would they usually burn back then? The juniper, or were there, that's...
Well, or pine. Juniper, it lasts longer. It's a little bit harder wood, but it's harder to cut also. Did you notice the depth of the fireplace?
Yeah, it looked very, very shallow. I wasn't sure if somebody had done that or...
That's unique to the fort. The fireplace and the chimney were specially designed so that it would bring more heat out into the room and use less wood.
But yet the stack is nice and big still, so it basically would come up and then it would expand in there, and get its own draw.
Well, nobody'd be able to get through there either.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was my thought. That's what I thought it was for.
You know?
Right.
Bedroom.
This is a little bit better, nicer bedroom for some of the visiting officials. You'll notice over in the right is a beaver skin hat. During the dusty trail rides, they would put it in a hat box over here and only use it when they needed to.
Right.
You see the pitcher and the bowl for your hot and cold running water, and underneath the table, you know what that's for.
The potty.
The young boys, every morning, it was their job to empty it and wash it out. The older boys got to bring in the fresh water. So the young boys were always vying for position to bring in the fresh water. The furniture was all made from pine, but they got bored with pine, so they would paint it or stain it for a little bit of a variety.
Okay.
The quilts, of course, were all handmade wool quilts made by the sisters. The medicine bottles back there are typical of the medicine bottles that you would get during of that period.
Now, was all the furniture made here in the fort by people or brought here? Do you know?
Most of it was brought here.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, maybe if you were traveling and you're like, I'm almost there, guess what?
Yeah.
I don't want to haul that chair no more. Can I please leave it?
Yeah, right.
Same with the piano. We've hauled it for 1,200 miles. I don't want the piano anymore. Fire away.
Thank you, sir.
We had a youth conference, so it got kind of crazy.
That's okay.
So this cradle, it'll flip over when the baby's too big for it and become a bench. So
My grandmother had one.
Oh, isn't that?
And we played with it when we were little.
Very fun.
Yeah.
So the clock is from Cove Fort. It was here when Cove Fort was in operation by the Hinckleys, and they donated it back again when the fort was restored. So this is called a weasel. It goes around 30 times to count a skein of yarn, and when it gets to 30, that little knob at the back pops. That's where we got Pop Goes a Weasel.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where you got that, where they got that name from.
That's it. So
Wow.
the chamber pots are in all the rooms, and the boys are the ones that got to change those every morning.
Right.
So, and they got to do the firewood too. So every room had bowl and pitchers because you didn't wash the sheets as often, so you need to wash those feet.
Right.
So
Wow. Well, thank you.
the next room is a girls' room. It's kind of just decorated as the girls and shows how much they had to sew.
Oh,
And
okay.
No, I'll just finish with you.
Okay.
This is all the girls' room. They know that these three rooms were the family rooms, but they don't know exactly who was in what room.
Oh,
This kind
okay.
of depicts the family room that would belong to the girls, their dolls and their quilts, and I forgot to shut the door.
You trying to keep it cool in there? Oh,
Oh,
skunks.
she just said they're trying to keep the skunks out.
Wonder if that's what got in our truck. No. No.
No, I don't think the skunk got in our truck.
That last room back there in the end, a skunk got in the other day and curled up on the bed, and they had to get fishing in to come and get it, and a miracle to get him out without stinking.
Oh,
They
wow.
never sprayed?
Never sprayed, huh?
Oh,
This
wow.
department would have come unglued.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
they got him out without any kind of a
Wow.
door.
Good deal.
So they tell us, shut the doors.
Yeah. Don't blame them.
Because it was a business, it was a work, everything was open during the time and he just
Sewing
came sliding
machine.
in, huh?
How neat.
Yeah, somebody left the door open. He just came around the corner and went right in there, found the best bed in the room, snuggled up, was ready for at least winter.
Oh, my gosh. That's too
That was in
funny.
April and it was colder here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
so very
ma'am.
much.
Well, the last one you know what it is there.
Oh, I didn't even know there was another one.
It's probably the parents' room, and it probably was because Ira Hinckley would say after they had dinner and the prayers for all the visitors, then he'd say, time to go over. And that meant it was time for scriptures and prayers. So they would all come to the mom and dad's room. So this is also a rocker that was used in Cove Fort and what belonged to the Hinckleys, and they donated that back too.
Okay.
So that's a picture of Ira and Adelaide, and this is a dress that they found a picture of and created for her. So,
Oh, how beautiful.
so she was a very fancy lady.
Yeah.
Adeline was probably more the school teacher. She did most of this teaching of the family. So the two sisters worked together.
Wow.
The beautiful kitchen was Adelaide. She loved the fine things and wanted the fort to have pretty things in it.
Wow.
It's completely awesome.
Yeah. It's not like any other fort we've seen
No.
on our travels, that's for sure. Oh, I saw that over there, but I couldn't figure out if it was a little baby's brush.
It's definitely a toothbrush.
Mhm.
Big enough for at least a horse.
Yeah. And do you know what it's made of?
Pig's hair for the bristles, and then wood.
Oh, goodness.
So
Wow.
It's,
Interesting.
You get bacon from a pig and you can brush your teeth
yeah,
out. Perfect.
pretty exciting, huh?
Right.
You're welcome to go up if you'd like to see the
Okay.
beautiful view.
Yeah, we might do that. Thank you very much.
Fort right here. You can see all the way around. So, have a great day.
Thank you. They have very friendly narrators. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. You could see people that come in. Oh,
This wall is pretty thick.
they have more houses and stuff over here. So if you come into this area, you'll want to go over there and check it out. Well, I think that ends our tour.
Oh, and one thing though I want to show you. The flag isn't flying right now. So this flag actually only has 37 stars.
Oh.
Because that's how many states there were during that time.
Right.
And the gentleman was telling me they got permission to continue to fly it because of the old fort and everything. So with no wind, you can't see the stars, but it's kind of different to see, you know,
Yeah.
with less stars.
Right. Very neat.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are heading back